Was Jesus really a historical figure, or is he simply a legend born from myth? And if he did exist, what can we really know about him? Today we are taking a fresh look at this challenging question without taking sides. Our goal is to explore all the evidence and find the truth together. Here's another question worth thinking about. If someone left no personal writings, no verified portraits, and no clear grave, can they still be proven to have lived? In this video, we're setting aside traditional religious texts and diving into independent, non-biblical evidence. We'll examine the arguments of those who say Jesus never existed and then look at alternative lines of evidence, such as non-Christian writings and statistical and cultural data that help support the case for a historical Jesus. Counter ideas. The mythicist perspective. Let's begin by exploring the counter ideas. Some scholars, known as mythicists, argue that Jesus never existed at all. Their key points include no eyewitness accounts. They argue that there are no texts written during Jesus' lifetime that mention him. Instead, the earliest accounts come from decades later, raising doubts about how much we can trust them. Mythical parallels. Mythicists point out that many elements of the Jesus story, such as the virgin birth, miracles, and resurrection, resemble common mythological themes from earlier pagan religions. They ask, could these similarities mean that the story of Jesus was constructed from older myths? Alterations and interpolations. They also claim that later editors might have added or altered details about Jesus in non-Christian sources, making it seem like he was a real historical figure when in fact he was not. These challenges make us ask, how can we be sure if the figure behind the legend was real or simply a powerful idea? Let's move on to some independent evidence that might shed light on this mystery. Let's examine non-Christian writings that mention a figure who many believe could be Jesus. Consider these examples. Mara bar Serapion's letter. Around the early 2nd century, a Stoic philosopher named Mara bar Serapion wrote a letter to his son. In his letter, he refers to the execution of a wise king of the Jews. Many scholars think this is a subtle reference to Jesus, an independent, non-Christian account of a powerful leader. If you're curious to read more about his letter, check out the archived resources at the General Editor's Database of Syriac Heritage. Fragments from Thallus, as quoted by Julius Africanus. Thallus was a historian from the 1st century whose writings are lost, but later historians like Julius Africanus quoted him. In these fragments, Thallus mentioned a darkness during a crucifixion, which some believe could be linked to natural phenomena during Jesus. Ambiguous Talmudic references. Certain passages in the Jewish Talmud, compiled several centuries later, mention a figure named Yeshu. While these references are debated, because they come from a later period and have been subject to censorship, they offer an interesting, though complex, glimpse into how early Jewish communities remembered a figure resembling Jesus. Now, let's look at some statistical and cultural evidence. Name frequency analysis. One fascinating piece of evidence comes from statistical studies of names in ancient Jerusalem. For example, an ossuary was discovered with the inscription. Research shows that this specific combination of names was extremely rare in 1st century Jerusalem. This rarity suggests that if such an inscription exists, it might be linked to a real, notable person, rather than a randomly invented myth. Cultural impact and historical continuity. The fact that early Christianity grew so rapidly suggests that its founder left a significant mark on his community. Historical records show that people across the Roman Empire built monuments, wrote inscriptions, and maintained strong cultural memories of this influential figure. This widespread cultural impact indicates that a real person likely ignited the movement, even if later traditions added layers of myth. an interdisciplinary picture. By combining these statistical insights with non-Christian texts and cultural studies, we get a richer, multifaceted picture that supports the idea of a historical Jesus. It's like putting together pieces of a puzzle. Each piece on its own might not be conclusive, but together they form a compelling image. In our journey today, we explored a range of evidence, non-Christian writings, statistical analyses, and cultural impacts that helps build the case for a historical Jesus, all without relying on traditional religious texts. World mythicists challenge this view by questioning the reliability of ancient records. The convergence of independent sources and interdisciplinary research paints a strong, if complex picture. So, what do you think? Can we dismiss the existence of Jesus as nothing more than myth? Or do these lines of evidence suggest he really did walk the earth? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more explorations into history and its enduring questions, please like, subscribe, and stick around until the end for more new findings and insights. Let's keep seeking the truth together. Stay curious and see you in the next video.